Hi friends, welcome to our Genius Maths classes. Okay, so today we are discussing the chapter Relations and Function, which is class PUC second year, and subject is mathematics. So in this we are discussing introduction, types of relations, types of functions, as well as binary operations. So as we are familiar with these relations, right? We are familiar with these relations and functions because we have studied relations and functions in our earlier class UC first year. Okay, so using the concept of that UC first year, we are again discussing relations function, that is the extended version of this of that UC first year. Okay, so here we all know that relation, right, as well as function. Okay, so let me discuss this. So relation is nothing but the connection. Here with this introduction here, okay, I am going to discuss this. The introduction is relation is nothing but the connection, nothing but the connection or link between any two objects, right? Any two objects or quantities, right? Yes, the relation is nothing but the connection or link between any two objects. So just consider here, if I write, I'm always writing the relationship in order of it, yes, so which is belongs to A cross B. So with the Cartesian product, I am going to define the relation. That is why discussing A is a brother of B. A is a brother of B. So this is what the relationship is. AB belongs to A cross B. That is A is brother of B. So using the brother symbol or using the brother relation, I am defining the relationship between A and B, which is belongs to the Cartesian product A cross B. So some other elements A, B. So this belongs to A cross B. Any other relationship? Yes. So A is taller than B. A is taller than B. So here the A is the person who is taller than the person B. So using this taller symbol, taller word, I am discussing the relationship between A and B. So this is what the introduction, and we always write this belongs to symbol A cross B. So AB, which belongs to A cross B, or different relation, AB always belongs to relation. Order of an AB always belongs into the relation R. Right? And I also write it as, if AB belongs to relation, I will write it as ARB. So A is in relationship with the B, ARB. Okay? So this is what the denotification denotes. We can denote like this, we can denote like this. If AB belongs to R, then we can denote like this. So this is what the introduction. So now we are going to discuss about the types. So types of function, types of relations. The second concept is types of relations. Types of relations. Okay. So we know about that. So some relations, we are discussing the types of relation. So just consider one example. Okay. So with that, I am going to define the types of relation. Okay. So just consider the set. I am going to consider the set 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So in this, I am going to define sum. A minus B. The elements here A minus B, it must be equal to 10. Sorry, A minus B equal to 10. Just using these numbers only, I have to define this. Modulus of A minus B must be equal to 10. Is there any odd pair which must be equal to 10? Consider 1, 2. 1 minus 2 is equal to 1. 1 minus 3 equal to 2. 1 minus 4 is equal to 3. One set. Consider 2 minus 3 equal to 1. 2 minus 4 equal to 2. Yes, which is not equal to, see, 3 minus 4 equal to 1. Okay, so this is only possibility that no two elements and their difference is equal to 10. So using that, this relation is empty. If I define any relationship A, B, so which is belongs to R, such that modulus of A minus B equal to 10. If I define the relationship like this, so this relation doesn't contain any order pair which satisfy this condition. Okay, so this is the empty relation. So this kind is called as empty relation. As understand? So any two pair of this set which cannot satisfy this condition, modulus of A minus B which is equal to 10. So this is empty relation. So another thing is using the same sets. Using the same set 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, using the same set 1, 2, 3, 4, I am defining the relationship AB which belongs to R such that the modulus of A minus B is greater than or equal to 0. So using this set, I am defining the relation order for AB which belongs to R such that modulus of A minus B which is greater than or equal to 0. So this relation is not anti-relation because we consider two elements 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2 which is belongs to R. That implies modulus of 1 minus 2 which is equal to 1 which is greater than 0. Which is greater than 0. Therefore, it contains equivalent to 1, 2. Therefore, it is not an empty relation. And similarly, if you consider any pair of elements here, you will get the result. For example, 2, 3. 2, 3 which is greater than 0. And therefore, it is also ordered pair. So, if you consider any two elements in this, you will get the result as this one. Order pair AB such that modulus of A minus B which is greater than or equal to 0. So for this relation, this relation is inverse relation because if you consider any pair of elements, you will get the result. It will satisfy this condition. Any elements you consider in this set, you will get, it will satisfy the condition. Therefore, it is inverse relation. So this is inverse relation. Okay. So using this concept, I have understood it. We have understood that inverse relation and empty relation. Now the definition, empty relation. So before going to define this empty relation, just I will give one example, right? So just imagine you are new to a college. You are new to a college. So after SSLC, you got admission to the new college, right? So when you admitted to the new college, right? When you admitted to the new college, right? Then at that time you don't know about the college, right? You don't know about your teachers and you don't know about your classmates, right? At that time your relationship with others in the college is empty. Your relationship with others, okay, you don't have any relationship with the others in the college, right? That is why this is empty relation. So you don't have any relationship with the teacher, college, and your students, because it is new to you and you don't know anybody here, right? In that time, that set your relationship with your class, the college, anything is empty, right? Then after some time, after, so relationship is empty and you got admitted only and don't know about anything in the college. And after some time, after some days go, when you open up, right, when you talk with your classmates, when you talk with teachers, and then you started talking to others, and you build your relationship with everybody in the college, and then your relationship in the college is universal because you are friend to everybody. That is why it is a universal relation. When you are friend with everyone in the college, then it is universal relation. So this is the concept of empty relation and universal relation. Now I will define the empty relation. So empty relation is a relation R. A relation R is a set. Relation R is a set. Relation R in a set A is called, which is subset of A cross A. So this is anti-relation, right? So this anti-relation, relation R in a set is called anti. It is called anti-relation if no element of a set A. So here in the example 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Define the relation that A comma B, which belongs to R, such that modulus of A minus B, which is equal to 10. I am defining the relation, right? So in that, no element in the set A is related to any other element. For example, if you consider 1 which is not related to 2, 3, 4. Okay. So which satisfy the condition modulus of A minus B equal to 10, right? So which doesn't contain this relation, doesn't satisfy this relation, that all relation become the empty relation. That is why if no element of a set A is related to any element of A, that is R equal to null set. R equal to null set is subset of A cross A. Universal relation. Okay. Relation R in a set A is called universal relation if each element of A is related to every element of A. Here that is R equal to R A cross A. So every order pair belongs to this relation. Okay. So every element, each element of the set A, here A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have explained this example in earlier class. So in earlier, okay. So here each element 1, 2, 3, 4, all these elements are related to every other element. And if I define the relation which is greater than 0, I am defining the relationship between the elements as mod of A minus B is always greater than or equal to 0. Here, if you consider any two elements, their difference is always greater than or equal to 0. Therefore, each element is related to itself. Each element is related to each other. That is why this relation is called inversal relation. All possible order pairs are here. Every possible order pairs will be here in the inversal relation. That is why, and this is the inversal relation, and both empty and inverse relations are trivial relation. These two relations are called as trivial relations. Okay, so let me solve some example based on this inverse relation and frequent relation. Okay, an example is, let A be the set of all students of a boys' school. Read properly. Let A be the set of all students of a boys' school, and show that a relation R in A. Show that a relation R in A given by, the given relation is R, such that R equal to order pair AB, such that A is a sister of B. Very important is the empty relation. So here the example is, given set A is the set of students of a boys' school. Just think, this A is the set of students of a boys' school. That means this boys' school contains only boy student, right? Only boy student. And the given, and you have to show that, the problem is you have to show that the relation in A are equal to AB. Order pair hengide AB andre A is the sister of B. A is the sister of B. It's an empty relation. So here, so you understand this. So this A is the set of boys, okay, students who are boys, okay, and here you have to show that A is the sister of B. So obviously we know that if it is a boys' school and nobody is the sister of any other, nobody is the sister of any other, therefore obviously it is an empty relation. Solution, write down first one. The set is there. A is students of boys' school, okay, students of a boys' school, and therefore here no girls, there only boys will be there, and the relation is order pair AB, such that A is a sister of B. Okay, if there are boys, then sister will not be there. Therefore, this relation is an empty relation. Since it is a boys' school, no girl will exist. No girl will exist, and therefore it is an empty relation. Therefore, it is an empty relation. Okay, I have shown that this set is empty relation because no girl will exist there, and if there is no girl, then the relation A is the sister of B is cannot be possible. Okay, boys school ಒಳಗೆ girl ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ sister ಅನ್ನೋದು exist ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ, and therefore this relation is empty set. Okay, example, same example, but this one is different. Okay, let A be the set of all students of boys school. This is also same. Show that a relation R in A the given by R equal to AB, such that the difference between heights of A and B is less than 3 meters. It's the inversal relation. Here we have to show that this relation, the difference between heights of A and B, means the difference of any two boys, the difference between heights of any two boys is less than 3 meters. It is obvious because no students has a difference of has a height difference of 3 meters. No students. Obviously, it will be less than 3 meters, and therefore it is an inversal relation. Any two boys considered married, okay, their height difference is always less than 3 meters. 3 meters is a higher. Okay, 3 meters is a huge. Okay, and therefore the difference between any heights of any two students is obviously smaller than this one, and therefore this relation is a inversal relation. Because if you consider any pair, in this students of all school, it will obviously their difference between their heights is less than 3 meters. ನೀವು ಯಾವ ಹುಡುಗರನ್ನು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅವರಿಬ್ಬರು ನಡುವಿರುವಂತಹ ಎತ್ತರದ difference ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ always less than 3 meters ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Therefore it is a inversal relation. So this is inversal relation. Difference between heights of A and B is less than 3 meter. 3 meter. It is obvious, and therefore it is inverse relation. Each student height difference is less than 3 meters, and therefore it is an inverse relation. Their height difference is always less than 3 meter, and therefore it is an inverse relation. So this is about the examples. After all discussing about empty relation and inverse relation, now I am defining some other relations. Okay, so a relation on a set is called a relation or on a set. So relation is defined on a set. A is called first one reflexive relation if this order pair A comma A belongs to R. For every A belongs to A, that means this set A has an image itself only. This set A, for each A belongs to A, it has the image itself only. Then it is called as reflexive relation. It is called as reflexive relation. Here, if you consider the set 1, 2, 3, okay. If you consider relation 1, 2, 3, here 1 comma 1 must be belongs to R. 1 comma 1 must be belongs to R. 2 comma 2 must be belongs to R, and 3 comma 3 must be belongs to R. Okay, 1 comma 1. So here the image of 1 must be 1, image of 2 must be 2, image of 3 must be 3. So this kind of relation, if you define this kind of relation, then obviously this relation is a reflexive relation. Similarly, symmetric means that AB, if AB belongs to R, this AB belongs to R, that means it's reverse. Reverse also must be exist in the relation R. If AB belongs to R, B comma A, out of it B comma A must be belongs to R. For all AB belongs to A. Here, if I define, okay, for this set A equal 1, 2, 3, this 1, 2, if 1, 2 belongs to R, then 2, 1 must also belongs to R. If 1, 2 belongs to the relation R, then 2, 1 also belongs to the relation R. Similarly, transitive relation. Here in transitive relation, if AB belongs to R, BC belongs to R, this order pair belongs to relation and this order pair belongs to relation, then obviously from these two relation, A comma C also must also be belongs to R. A comma C must also be belongs to relationship R. That is, for all A, B, C belongs to A. This is a transitive relation. It means here transfer of the relation here to here, the transfer of the relation takes place here. That is why this is a transitive relation. So the best example to understand this, okay, I will give an example. For example, consider set A equal to 1, 2, 3, right? And I am defining the relation R equal to A comma B, which belongs to R, such that mod of A minus B is greater than equal to 0. Mod of A minus B is greater than equal to 0. So this is a set. I am defining the relation on that set such that the mod of A minus B, the difference between any two elements, must be greater than equal to 0. Okay. So just write the relation. Just write on the, I am just writing the elements of this relation. Okay. If I consider any two elements, right? So we have to consider this 1 with itself only. So if you consider here 1 comma 1, okay, the difference between this 1 comma 1 is 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. But I am telling here the difference between any two elements here must be greater than equal to 0. Yes, 1 minus 1 equal to 0. Here it is equal to 0, and therefore the order pair is 1 comma 1. And next 1 comma 2. So the difference between 1 comma 2 is equal to 1. 1 minus 2 equal to the mod 1, and therefore it is obviously greater than 0. Therefore, 1 comma 2 is also the element of this relation. And now 1 comma 3, 1 comma 3, obviously it is greater than 0. And next 2 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 2 comma 3. So here 2 comma 1 difference is 1, 2 comma 2 0, it is also belongs to this relation. 2 comma 3 1, it is also the relation. And therefore 3 comma 1, 3 comma 2 and 3 comma 3. Here these are the elements of this relation. In that I will define this reflexive, symmetric and transitive relation. Okay. Here what is first relation? Reflexive. Reflexive means for any element belongs to A, here the image of this element must be itself only. Okay. A ಅನ್ನೋದು ಏನಿದೆ ಒಂದು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ which belongs to A, ಇದರ ಇಮೇಜ್ ಏನಾಗಿರಬೇಕು? itself ಅದೇ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತೊಂದು, ಹೌದಾ? And therefore reflexive here 1 comma 1, if you consider set 1 belongs to A, and therefore order of pair 1 comma 1 which is also belongs to R, 1 belongs to A and 1 comma 1 belongs to R. Here 1 comma 1 which is belongs to relation R, and if you consider 2 which is belongs to A, and the 2 comma 2 which is belongs to R, here 2 comma 2 which is belongs to R, and therefore 3 comma 3 which is also belongs to R, right? 3 comma 3 which is also belongs to R. This is called reflexive relation. Here for any element in A, it should have the image. ಅದರ ಇಮೇಜ್ ಏನಾಗಿರಬೇಕು? ಅದೇ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಅಂತದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ, ಅಂತ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ಗೆ ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಸಿವ್ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ. So this is a reflexive relation. Now called symmetric relation. Okay. Symmetric relation is for any element A comma B which belongs to R, then its reverse order pair B comma A must also be belongs to R. This is called a symmetric relation. Here come. If I consider 1 comma 2, here I am considering 1 comma 2 which is belongs to R, its reverse 2 comma 1. Is there 2 comma 1 in this relation? 2 comma 1, yes, it exists, and therefore 2 comma 1 also belongs exists, and therefore it is a symmetric. If we consider any two other elements, 1 comma 2 belongs to R, and its reverse order pair 2 comma 1 must also be belongs to R. This is called a symmetric relation. It is. Now transitive relation. Here transfer of relation. If you consider any two elements in relation R, okay, any two, I will consider 1 comma 2 belongs to R, okay, and 1 comma 3, 1 comma 3, what about 2 comma 3. Okay. 1 comma 2 also belongs to R, and 2 comma 3 belongs to R. These two relations belongs to this relation, and then according to transitive relation A and C, here A, C is 3, 1 comma 3 which is belongs to R or not? 1 comma 3 exists, 1 comma 3 exists, and therefore this is a transitive relation. This is the example which satisfies reflexive relation, symmetric relation and transitive relation. Okay, so this is about all reflexive, symmetric and transitive relation. Now equivalence relation. Equivalence relation is nothing but any relation which satisfies reflexive relation, symmetric relation and transitive relation. If it satisfies all the relation, then it is called as equivalence relation. A is called equivalence relation if it satisfies reflexive, symmetric and transitive relation. So any relation which is defined in a set A, it is called as equivalence relation if it satisfies reflexive, symmetric and transitive relation. So any relation which satisfies reflexive, symmetric and transitive relation is called as equivalence relation. See, so the best example is previous example I have given, I have explained. That is the best example for equivalence relation. One more relation is identity relation. Here, a relation or on a set A is called identity relation if for all A belongs to A and the image of A must be A itself only. All order of A comma A must be belongs to R. So this is the identity relation. So it seems like a reflexive relation, but it is different from reflexive relation. Okay. How? Just consider an example here. If I consider A equal to 1, 2, 3 and also define the relation R equal to AB such that mod of A minus B must be equal to 0. Okay. Mod of A minus B must be equal to 0. So which elements satisfy this condition? So only elements which satisfy the condition are 1, 1, 2, 2 and 3, 3. So these are the only elements of this set which, okay, these are only elements, okay, of this relation. Therefore it is called an identity relation. Okay, so all identity relations are reflexive relation, but not all reflexive relations are identity relation. Okay, so it seems like reflexive relation but not a reflexive relation. It is identity relation because the elements of this relation are exist in this kind only, A comma A, A comma A. But in reflexive it may be exist like this, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 and 1, 3. It may be exist in a identity relation. It may be exist in a reflexive relation, but it can't exist like this in a identity relation. Okay. So this is about a identity relation. Okay, let me tell another example. Here, show that the relation are in the set of integers z. Okay. In this, show that the relation are in the set of integers, that is z. Okay. Given by R equal to order pair AB. Order pair AB such that 2 divides A minus B. Here the relation is defined as order pair AB such that 2 divides A minus B. So the difference between A minus B, it must be divided by 2. So this is the relation. So we have to show that this relation is an equivalence relation. So solve this example. So given relation and set is Z okay. The given is set is Z, okay, and the relation Z set of integers, and the relation R is A comma B such that 2 divides A minus B. So this is our relation. Now we have to show that this is an equivalence relation. To prove this equivalence relation, it must satisfy reflexive relation, symmetric relation and transitive relation. Let me consider the first one is reflexive relation. So what is reflexive relation? For any element which belongs to the set, it must have the image of itself only. It must have the image itself only. Here, any element A belongs to Z Okay, the relation A comma A must belongs to R because that 2 divides A minus A, that implies 2 divides 0. Okay, this means what is that? 2 divides A minus B, and therefore if it is A is the image, A is the element of this set, and A comma A belongs to R. Why? Because 2 divides A minus A is nothing but 0. Obviously 2 divides 0, and therefore A comma A is the belongs to R, and therefore this is a reflexive relation. So in order to understand this, if you consider any element 1 which belongs to R, okay, and 2 divides 1 minus 1, so 2 divides 1 minus means 2 divides 0, and therefore 1 comma 1 which is belongs to relation R. So this is a reflexive relation. Second one, symmetric relation. Very important. Second one, symmetric relation. What is symmetric relation? If any two elements A comma B belongs to R. If A comma B belongs to R means what is the relation? 2 divides A minus B. That implies 2 divides A minus B, right? This relation A comma B belongs to R, that means 2 divides A minus B. If 2 divides A minus B, then obviously 2 divides, if this 2 divides A minus B, then obviously 2 divides B minus C also. If 2 divides A minus B, then 2 divides B minus A also, and therefore that implies B comma A also belongs to R. This is the symmetry property which holds. So in order to understand this, just consider example. If I consider 2 comma 4, okay, 2 comma 4, that means 2 divides 2 minus 4 or 4 minus 2, 4 minus 2, 2 divides 2, and therefore this relation belongs to the relation R, and reverse of that. 2 comma 4 belongs to this relation A minus B, 2 minus 4, okay, and this reverse 4 comma 2, that implies 2 divides 4 minus 2, that implies 2 divides 2, and therefore 2 also divides 4 minus 2, 2 also divides 2 minus 4, and therefore this is a symmetric property. And now third one is transitive. Transitive relation. Okay. If A comma B belongs to R. If A comma B belongs to R means 2 divides A minus B. Similarly, B comma C belongs to R. That means 2 divides B minus C. Okay, 2 divides A minus B and 2 divides B minus C. And using these two conditions, 2 divides A minus B. We can add these two. Plus B minus C. That implies minus B plus B cancel, and therefore 2 divides A minus C. If 2 divides A minus C, therefore A comma C also belongs to R. So this is a transitive relation. So we satisfy transitive relation, and therefore this set is equivalence relation, and therefore R is a equivalence relation. This completes the example. Here one more definition is equivalence class. So what is equivalence class? Here equivalence class A, equivalence class of A containing A belongs to X. So this element A which belongs to X for an equivalence relation, it is for an equivalence relation R in X is a subset of X. So equivalence relation is a subset of X. Obviously equivalence class is a subset of X containing all the elements B. It contains all the elements of B which are related to A. That means the equivalence class A containing this A which belongs to X. So this contains all the elements B, okay, which are related to A only. The example is, so consider the previous example, that is R equal to AB which belongs to R such that 2 divides A minus B. Okay, I have discussed this example. Okay, A comma B belongs to R, whereas 2 divides A minus B. So here, if I consider all the even integers, so here AB belongs to Z, right? If I consider all even integers, right? All even integers are 2, 4, 6, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 4, plus or minus 6, plus or minus etc. Okay. So 2 divides A minus B means 0 is the element for me. The equivalence class of 0. I am taking the equivalence class of 0. Okay. Equivalence class of 0. That means all the even integers must be related to 0 only. All the even integers related to 0. If I consider 2, okay, 2 comma 2 belongs to R. That means 2 divides 2 minus 2, which gives you the result 2, 0. 2 divides 0, which gives you the result 0. Therefore, 2 is related to 0. And if I consider 4 comma 4, which belongs to R, that means 2 divides 4 minus 4, that implies 2 divides 0. 4 minus 4 is 0, therefore 2 divides 0. And therefore, 4 is also related to 0. So this is the equivalence class which contains all the elements of B. These are the elements of B which related to A only. So this is about the equivalence class. So this is all about types of relation. Okay. In the next class, we will discuss about types of functions. Thank you. Solution for the exercise is given in the description box.